A few years ago, I realized my home was full of things I didn't need, and it was causing me constant stress. I started cutting back on unnecessary purchases, and the transformation was incredible. Today, I'll show you the 27 things I stopped buying that helped me avoid clutter and embrace minimalism. 1. Things for my fantasy self. We've all been there. Buying that fancy guitar because we're sure we'll become the next rock star, or splurging on high-end cooking equipment because we're convinced we'll turn into a master chef overnight. But let's be real. How often do these purchases actually align with our true selves? I've learned to be honest with myself about who I am and what I truly enjoy. Instead of buying things for the person I wish, I focus on items that serve my authentic self. This not only saves money, but also prevents unnecessary clutter from piling up in my home. 2. Subscription boxes. Subscription boxes, they seem so exciting and full of promise, don't they? The thrill of receiving a mystery package each month can be addictive. But here's the truth. More often than not, these boxes end up filling our homes with items we don't really need or want. I've ditched the subscription boxes and instead focus on mindful purchasing. When I really want to treat myself, I'll research and buy something specific that I know I'll love and use. 3. Expensive non-essential items. We've all been tempted by those shiny, high-end gadgets or designer accessories that promise to make our lives complete. But let's face it, most of these items are far from essential, and their hefty price tags can seriously derail our financial goals. Instead of splurging on expensive non-essentials, I've learned to prioritize my spending on things that truly matter. This might mean investing in quality basics that'll last for years or putting that money towards experiences that create lasting memories. By avoiding these pricey temptations, I keep both my space and my budget clutter-free. 4. Things I don't have space for. It's easy to fall into the trap of buying something just because it's cute or on sale, without considering where it'll actually go in our homes. But this mindset often leads to overcrowded spaces and the stress of constantly trying to find storage solutions. Now, before making any purchase, I always ask myself, do I have a specific place for this in my home? If the answer is no, I pass. This simple question has saved me from countless impulse buys and has helped maintain a clutter-free, peaceful living space. 5. Beauty collections. As a beauty enthusiast, I used to be guilty of hoarding countless products, convinced I needed every new release. But the truth is, most of these products would expire before I could even make a dent in them. These days, I stick to a minimalist beauty routine with just the essentials. Not only does this save space and money, but it also simplifies my daily routine. 6. Shoe collections. Shoes, the ultimate temptation for many of us. I used to have a closet bursting with shoes for every possible occasion, most of which I rarely wore. Not only did this take up valuable space, but it also made choosing what to wear each day unnecessarily complicated. Now I've pared down my shoe collection to just a few versatile pairs that cover all my needs. This not only frees up physical space, but also mental space, plus it's much easier on the wallet. 7. Trendy clothing. Fast fashion is so tempting, isn't it? Those trendy pieces seem irresistible when they're flooding our social media feeds, but let's be honest. How many times do we actually wear these items before they end up forgotten at the back of our closets? I shifted my focus to building a capsule wardrobe of timeless, quality pieces that I truly love. This approach not only reduces clutter, but also aligns with my values of sustainability and responsible consumption. 8. Kitchen gadgets beyond the essentials. We've all been there, convinced that we absolutely need that avocado slicer or that specialized appliance that only does one very specific task. But in reality, these gadgets often end up collecting dust in our kitchen drawers. I've learned to stick to versatile, multi-purpose kitchen tools that I use regularly. A good chef's knife, a sturdy cutting board, and a few quality pots and pans can handle most cooking tasks. 9. Souvenirs. Souvenirs seem like a great idea when we're caught up in the excitement of travel. But how many shot glasses or keychains from random cities do we really need cluttering up our homes? Instead of buying physical souvenirs, I now focus on creating memories through experiences and photos. If I do want a physical reminder of my travels, I'll choose something small and meaningful that I'll actually use or display. This approach keeps my home clutter-free while still preserving those precious travel memories. 10. Cute things with no practical use. We've all been tempted by those adorable knickknacks that serve no real purpose other than looking cute. But these items often end up as dust collectors, taking up valuable space and adding to visual clutter. Now, I prioritize items that are both beautiful and functional. If something doesn't serve a practical purpose in my life, no matter how cute it is, I pass. This helps maintain a clutter-free space that's still aesthetically pleasing. 11. Things that are on sale, but I wouldn't buy at full price. Sales can be incredibly tempting. That 70% off tag can make us feel like we're getting an amazing deal. But here's a question I always ask myself. Would I buy this at full price? If the answer is no, then it's not really a good deal for me. By resisting the allure of sales for items I don't truly need or want, I've saved both money and space in my home. Remember, a bargain isn't a bargain if it ends up unused and cluttering up your space. 12. Free samples of things I don't need. Free samples can seem like such a treat. After all, who doesn't love getting something for nothing? But the truth is, these freebies often end up cluttering our homes and going unused. I've learned to be selective about the free samples I accept. If it's not something I would actually buy and use, I politely decline. This helps keep my space free from unnecessary clutter and ensures that the products I do have are ones I truly value and use. 13. Seasonal or festive decor. Holiday decorations can be fun, but they often take up a lot of storage space for items we only use once a year. Instead of accumulating lots of seasonal decor, I focus on a few meaningful pieces that can be used year-round or easily stored. For holidays, I prefer to create a festive atmosphere with things like fresh flowers or homemade decorations that can be composted or recycled after use. 14. Extra aesthetic items like sunglasses and phone cases. It's easy to get carried away with collecting multiple sunglasses or phone cases to match different outfits or moods. But the truth is, these items often end up forgotten in drawers, taking up space and adding to clutter. I've learned to stick to one or two high-quality, versatile options for these items. This not only reduces clutter, but also ensures that I'm using and appreciating what I have rather than constantly chasing the next trendy accessory. 15. Physical books. As a book lover, this was a tough one for me. But the reality is, physical books take up a lot of space, collect dust, and are often read only once before sitting on a shelf for years. I switched primarily to ebooks, which allow me to carry an entire library in my pocket without taking up any physical space. For books I truly love and will reread, I'll buy a physical copy. This approach keeps my home clutter-free while still allowing me to indulge my love of reading. 16. Recipe ingredients that I know I will not use frequently. We've all been there, buying a specialty ingredient for one specific recipe, only to have it sit in the pantry for months or years afterward. Now, I stick to versatile ingredients that can be used in multiple dishes. If a recipe calls for something very specific that I know I won't use often, I'll either find a substitute or choose a different recipe. This approach keeps my pantry organized and reduces food waste. 17. Knickknacks. Knickknacks can seem charming, but they're often dust collectors that add visual clutter to our spaces. They can make cleaning more time-consuming and can make a room feel cluttered even when it's tidy. Instead of collecting small decorative items, I focus on a few meaningful pieces that truly bring me joy. This keeps my space feeling open and peaceful, while still allowing for personal touches. 18. Wording or words on my walls. Motivational quotes or word art can seem inspiring, but they often end up feeling cliché or dated over time. Plus, they can add visual noise to a space that should feel calm and restful. I prefer to keep my walls simple, with perhaps a few carefully chosen pieces of art. This creates a more timeless look and allows the space to feel more open and peaceful. 19. Things with a lot of parts that I don't frequently use. Complex gadgets or items with multiple pieces might seem useful, but if we don't use them regularly, they often become clutter. Think about that food processor with all its attachments that you only use once a year. I've learned to favor simple, versatile tools that I use frequently. If I need something specialized, I'll consider borrowing or renting instead of buying. This keeps my space clutter-free and ensures that the items I do own are ones I truly use and value. 20. Duplicate tools or gadgets. It's easy to accumulate multiple versions of the same tool, especially in the kitchen. But do we really need 3 different can openers or several sets of measuring cups? I've gone through my belongings and eliminated duplicates, keeping only the best version of each tool. This not only frees up space, but also makes it easier to find what I need when I need it. 21. More household items than needed. It's tempting to stock up on household basics just in case, but having too many sheets, towels, or other linens can quickly lead to overstuffed closets. I've pared down to just what I need for regular use plus 1 extra set. This keeps my linen closet manageable and ensures that everything gets used regularly, preventing that musty smell that can develop when linens are stored for too long. 22. Excess containers for organizing. Ironically, buying too many organizing solutions can contribute to clutter. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need to buy containers for everything, but often this just leads to more stuff to manage. Instead of buying new containers, I try to repurpose what I already have or, better yet, focus on owning less, so there's less to organize in the first place. This approach saves money and reduces clutter simultaneously. 23. Items that make it hard to vacuum underneath. Furniture or decor items that sit directly on the floor can make cleaning a hassle. Think about those heavy bookcases or low-sitting sofas that are impossible to vacuum under. When choosing furniture, I now prioritize pieces with legs or that can be easily moved for cleaning. This not only makes maintaining a clean home easier, but also creates a sense of spaciousness in the room. 24. A whiteboard in the office. While whiteboards can be useful, they often end up cluttering wall space and collecting dust. Plus, the information on them isn't portable or easily shareable. I've switched to digital planning tools that I can access from any device. This keeps my workspace cleaner and allows me to have my plans and notes with me wherever I go. 25. Lots of different cleaning supplies. It's easy to accumulate a cabinet full of specialized cleaning products, each promising to be the best for a specific task. But in reality, a few multi-purpose cleaners can usually do the job just as well. I've simplified my cleaning routine by sticking to a few versatile, eco-friendly cleaning products. This not only reduces clutter under the sink, but also minimizes my exposure to harsh chemicals. 26. Paper items like pens and stationery. In our digital age, it's easy to accumulate more paper products than we actually need. Pens, notebooks, and stationery can quickly clutter up our desks and drawers. I've dramatically reduced my paper usage by relying more on digital tools for note-taking and communication. For the times when I do need to write something down, I keep just a few high-quality pens and 1 nice notebook on hand. 27. Things I already have something else for. It's easy to buy items that serve the same purpose as things we already own, especially if we've forgotten about what we have or if the new item seems slightly better. Before making any purchase, I always check if I already own something that can do the job. This prevents unnecessary duplication and helps me appreciate and use what I already have. There you have it, friends, 27 things I don't buy to keep my home clutter-free and my life simple. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more decluttering and minimalist tips. Until next time, happy decluttering!